Hey cats, it's Ed Mystic Buddy. 2022 is just around the corner, and I think it's right about time to get that crystal ball out and make some predictions on the running shoes to be released in the coming year. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with us here at EDDBUD Running Shoe Reviews. It's always appreciated. If you haven't done so already, do hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we launch those new videos for you. And it really helps the channel out too in terms of that YouTube algorithm. If you give this video a thumbs up like, but also share it with your running buddies. Many thanks. So first prediction is the renewed emphasis on running shoe durability. We all saw the huge numbers of returns on certain running shoes over the past couple of years, where manufacturers are opting for those much softer midsole foams. Sadly, that comes with the caveat of them being sometimes not that durable. Just thinking back to the Vaporfly 4% Flyknit, for example, or even the Pegasus Turbo. I see Nike renewing this trend in 2022. We're already seeing that a little bit with the use of those carrier foams around that precious ZoomX material in some of their shoes this year, like the Vomero 16 for example. It looks like they're going to implement the same type of thing within the Zoomfly 5 that's forthcoming. They're going to be encapsulating that scrap ZoomX material with a much softer carrier foam to try and increase the durability and the longevity. The potential Next Percent 3 that we all thought was a Pegasus Pro or something seems to use that ZoomX scrap material as well. Maybe it'll make it a bit closer to an Endorphin Pro or a Speed rather than that single slab of ZoomX that we're all very accustomed to. Does seem like a bit of a strange move. Nike throwing us a curveball there perhaps. We got a whole clutch of Next Nature releases. There's a few already on Nike's website right now. That's my second prediction really. I think there's going to be a big ramp up in terms of sustainability. But I mean proper sustainability, not, reused laces or something. I'm talking more about that Adidas Futurecraft footprint style sustainability, where we're actually lowering the carbon footprint of actually creating the shoe and getting it onto the feet of runners. I think we'll see a load more of those shoes pop up over the next year. Third prediction, I think that some manufacturers are going to be a little bit more careful in terms of the outsoles used on the shoes. Been some real letdowns actually over the past few years in terms of outsoles. Nike and Adidas always seem to nail it pretty much. Everybody else is a little bit more unpredictable. It has seen a few other manufacturers lag behind Nike and Adidas from that respect. Prediction number 4 is that we will see the continued increase in market share in terms of running shoes for Puma. I think they're going to really increase their market share further in 2022. The Velocity Nitro and Deviate Nitro models have been extremely popular over the last year, and rightly so. A great, very engaging midsole material, that Nitro stuff. If you haven't tried it out, I suggest you do. Pick up the Liberate Nitro perhaps, or the Velocity Nitro. You can find those at a really great price these days. I think it took a few people a little time to warm up to Puma being a serious running shoe manufacturer, but I don't think anybody can really complain about some of the models that they've released. They've been really, really great. Real surprises there. I think the release of the Deviate Nitro Elite made some of the other super shoes look a little bit bulbous perhaps. Certainly overstacked and overpriced too. There are very few people that have tried out the Nitro Elite, well, mainly because it's really hard to get hold of, but those that have tried it out have certainly enjoyed the experience, and I am one of those people. Perhaps showing that a super high stack isn't always required, though clearly Puma are experimenting with such things, of course, with that Fast R model. I'm still not sure about that name. It's a bit cheesy. It's a bit Chevy Chase. Huge wedge of nitro foam there, but we've also got their EVA stuff incorporated too, just showing that Puma have figured out that having a load of nitro isn't necessarily the best midsole. Sadly, it seems, just as Yaz sang back in the 80s, the only way is up. That's my 5th prediction really guys, that midsole stacks are going to go wild this year. Adidas surely will experiment further with the Prime X model. It's been a hit for most of the people that have tried it out. Maybe not everybody. I know the guys that Believe in the Run didn't really get on with it. Maybe I've just got particularly strong ankles. I mean, New Balance and Saucony have shown their cards pretty early on, haven't they? It's not like they're keeping them close to their chest. We know pretty much every model they're going to release in 2022. You've got the Fuel Cell SC Trainer, and of course the partner shoe, the SC Elite version 3. Saucony have got the higher stack Endorphin Pro 3. There's also a Speed 3 and the Shift 3 model as well. Shift 3 is absolutely ginormous by the looks of it. They're all following that Nike and Adidas trend. It does make me wonder when Nike are going to smash out a shoe that's even bigger than the Prime X. You know they're working on it, right? Asics have slowly trickled out prototypes of a Metaspeed Sky 2. The original, in fact, was the only shoe that I really saw in heavy rotation at the half marathon events that I took part in back in September. You had all the typical ones there, the Nike Next Percent and the Alpha Fly 2. Not 2, I mean the Alpha Fly as well. But the Metaspeed Sky was one that seemed to really capture people's imagination. I know good buddy Rob Gundry's particularly keen on the Metaspeed Sky, and I've really warmed up to that one over the miles. We know that refreshes of the Next Percent are coming, and also the Alpha Fly as well. Doesn't seem like there's a massive change there coming with the Alpha Fly, just a few things to improve durability. The Zoom Fly 5 will cause a stir this year. I think it's going to be a real game changer in terms of a daily training carbon plate shoe. Again, using that SR2 foam around the Zoom X, I think if they get the distribution just right, it could be a smashing shoe. Also, they need to get the price right, just like some sort of running shoe Leslie Crowther. We could be in for some real pressure there on the likes of the Endorphin Speed 2 and also that beautiful Magic Speed from Asics. Plated training options, you know they're going to be very plentiful this year. They're kind of odd beasts though, aren't they, when you get a training option with some sort of plate. People don't want it too rigid, yet they don't want it too soft and flexible. I really hope that we get a Tempo Next Percent 2. I just see people loving that shoe now. Lots and lots of very positive comments about it. Some of the people that picked it up right at the start really didn't get on with it. It's a bit like a new pair of jeans. You had to sort of get them on and wear them and enjoy them a little bit, and they kind of became part of you. A superb shoe from 2020 that people really warmed up to over 2021. Could that SC Pacer as well from New Balance cause a bit of a stir? Another lower stack shoe. I think there's a part plate in it, or a plate. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Reebok will refresh some of their running shoe models. I'm really hoping for a new Run Fast model. The 3 was a bit of a step backwards for me. That Floatride midsole with the wonderful pellet-based Pebax material just could be implemented so much better. The upper was really whack on the Run Fast 3. We know that Reebok have got that Energy X model coming up with the carbon plate, so it wouldn't bowl me over with surprise if there was a Run Fast 4 in the pipeline very soon. Lastly, I'm intrigued by the prospect of a plated Under Armour shoe using that Flow midsole material in the midsole and outsole. Incorporating a carbon plate into that could be absolute dynamite. Collating the best bits perhaps of the Flow Velocity Wind upper onto the midsole there, slightly more refined, maybe a little bit more of a stack, bit more of a drop. It could make for a really aggressive racing shoe or a higher tempo training effort. Very little news on that Under Armour shoe though. Under Armour, if you're listening, send one to me, come on. You know I love it. So that's pretty much all my predictions for 2022. In short, I think there'll be lots of Prime X copies. Those ginormous midsole stacks just getting bigger and bigger. Maybe I'll get up towards 7 foot this year. Lots of lower stack racers with plates, or at least part plates from the midfoot to forefoot, and more brands leaping onto the super shoe bandwagon. And my last prediction is that the Nike Pegasus model will get even heavier this year. Yeah, because that's what we all want, right? Stare into your crystal balls and let me know your running shoe predictions down in the comments. A quick musical interlude for you. It's still Christmas, so this still counts. I've been listening to the wonderful track by Ray Charles called The Spirit of Christmas. Beautiful guitar work on this one. A little dusty sprinkling of drums there in the background, leaving loads of space for the beautiful Ray Charles voice. The strings are beautiful as well, they just soar on top of the rhythm section. Beautiful, almost gospel style backing vocals here. It really is quite a sentimental track and a wonderful Christmas tune. I really love the implementation of it as well in the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the part where Clark Griswold's up in the attic watching the old film. Fantastic. Ray Charles, The Spirit of Christmas. Thanks for sticking with me to the end of today's video, guys. It is always appreciated. Hope you're having a fantastic Christmas break. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications when we roll those new videos out for you. Hit that like button and also share this video with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD and I'll be seeing you